So I've been wanting to compost, but I really wasn't sure how to go about it without having the smell or attracting rodents outside. And I did some research, and the Bokashi system is exactly the answer because there's no smell and there's no rodents coming at your food outside. So what it does basically is it's a fermentation process that just shortens the composting time. So within 1 to 2 months, you're completely done and you can use this out in your garden. I just think it's so fascinating how this works. So you're basically like, if you want to think of it like pickling, when we're just fermenting down the food in this composting system, and then it makes a liquid tea, and you can use that also on your plants too. After it's super diluted, though, you do need to dilute that, but I will show you the steps that you go through. The kit comes with everything except for this. I keep the bran in here just because it's easy for me, but it has a scooper, it has the cup for your tea, it has this little spatula thing that you're going to push down, because the compost system is an anaerobic system, so we don't want any air, and that's how it ferments. So what I do is keep this little black bin here, and I keep it next to my garbage so I don't ever forget, because everything can go in here. Anything, fruits, vegetables, meats, cheeses, everything can go in here. So it's so nice because you are using the food that you would throw into the garbage, and you're recycling it and you're composting it so you can feed the microbes in the soil to then grow more food. So it is just so cool. But yes, this comes with it, and then this bin here is closed really tight, and what you're going to do is I'm going to open it. It's kind of hard to open, it's a little tight, but that's on purpose. It needs to be, because it's an anaerobic system. And the fact is that you are not going to be opening this all the time. You will be using the little black bin. So what I like to do is you take this and you push it down, or I put a little plastic piece in there and just push it with my hand. So you can see all my food in there. And then I'm just going to add a layer. So every one handful, you'll put a tablespoon of the bran. So I'm going to put about this much in here. I have my coffee grounds, I have everything in there, eggshells, bananas, everything. I'm just going to put it in like this, and then I'm going to take about 2 tablespoons, make a nice little cover over it. Take your little spatula, you're going to push it down because you don't want any air in there, and then put the cover on it, and there's no smell. And then what ends up happening is, about after a week, as it's fermenting down, it creates this tea. So then that's when you put this here. I just collected my tea and I put it here. And you can see, so you would do 1 part tea to 10 parts water. Do your research on that, and definitely do your research before you put it into your garden, and because you want to make sure it's not too acidic before you start planting. But yes, I am super happy about this. I think the whole setup is just fascinating. I think it's all great quality. I think the company did an excellent job. And I just, how great is this, that you can like utilize your food that you would normally throw away, and you're not attracting, nothing smells, which is huge, and there's no rodents. So out in a traditional compost pile, the rodents come. So on another thing too is that it's great for a small house. I have a small house, so this works for me. But if you have like a big farm, you can also just take this straight out into your compost pile, and it's going to heat up your compost pile. So from start to finish, this is 2 weeks in here, and then I will put this out in my garden. I will put the soil over it, and then I will wait another 2 to 3 weeks and before I go into planting. So it's just very, very cool system, and I'm so happy to have this.